Hi, so as part of the Mammal Society's National Mammal Week this year, I'm going to show you how to draw a harvest mouse. Harvest mouse is the sort of typical cute mouse that we see around our British countryside. And for this drawing exercise, you can use whatever you want, but I'm going to be using a brush pen, which is a bit like a felt tip pen with a really thick nib here. But you can use pencils, pens, crayons, whatever you fancy really. So let's get started. So the photo I'm going to be using as a reference is this one, and I'll pop it here. And you can refer back to that throughout the video. So the mouse is going down a couple of blades of grass or wheat, and so we want to draw the body and the head. So we're going to start by kind of making a kind of oval shape for the body and connecting into a sort of rounded triangle for the head. So I'm going to start with its nose. And then it sort of bends up into this oval of the body. Then you want to leave a gap for the tail. We'll just draw the start of it first so we can show it wrapping around the grass. Next you want to mark out the ear. So the ear is just a kind of nice round oval shape about here. And then there's its main eye, the one that we can see, and that's just a sort of sphere essentially, but with a little point in the corner. We can see the other bit of the eye here, so we can always mark a little bit on there as well. Its nose we will mainly mark when we're colouring in this drawing, so I'm not going to mark anything on just yet. Next we're going to do the blades of grass that the harvest mouse is wrapped around. So these want to be more or less sort of straight lines. And we're going to draw the tail wrapping around them. So and the second one. So we're getting there. So next we're going to mark out his feet. They're just sort of hand shaped but kind of with shorter fingers. And they're coming down from the bottom about here. And then we're going to mark the ends of the grass and that it's coming down on the bottom here. So just like so. Okay, so this is your really basic outline. Obviously we've not even marked on its whiskers yet. So the next thing that you are going to do is we're going to colour it in because you want to add the whiskers on top. I'm going to colour mine in using probably a mix of watercolour and ink, but you can use whatever you like. I'm going to show a time lapse of that, and then I'm going to show you how to add the whiskers and detail on the nose after. Great, so now you've coloured your mouse in, it's time to add a little bit of the detail, specifically the whiskers and the nose. So essentially you just want to make some little dots running in sort of parallel lines up the edge of the nose towards the eye. They just want to be small, so if possible try and use a pen with a bit of a finer nib, so this one is 0.3. But again, you can use whatever you have to hand. So we're going to add the dots just like this. And then we're going to add the whiskers, and these are just, they're quite long and they're just coming out of its nose, sort of like this and this. So There are some shorter ones and some longer ones, so you can have some variation. There's also a couple coming out near its eyes. And then if you want, you can add a little bit more texture and detail to the fur, just sort of in the sense of sort of black lines and maybe a bit more detail around the ear. But that's pretty much it. You can add as much detail as you want. Obviously, you know, you can keep adding colour and layering it to make it look like it's got some really fine hair. But yeah, that's it. So I hope you really enjoyed this, and I'd love to see your harvest mice, so please share them on your platforms, and yeah.